Alright, this is how you create combo items. So let's say you have a shirt, a pant, and a hat item. What you do is select all of them and you press Ctrl J to join them. So now they're one object, and then once you're done with that, you would check that if it's the try limit. So for this is 7.8, and right now this as a whole is taking up it's taking up the leg slot, the shirt slot, the shoulder slot, and the belt slot, and the hat slot. So you just open up a calculator and calculate those. So for me, FBA shirt LD0 is 3000, so 3. With legs is 2500, with shoes is 2000, with waist is 1000, with shoulders is around this much, which is already more than what I have here. So that means I don't need to worry about the try limit. But basically you'd be adding up all the different slots that your item takes. And the material slot limit is the same for if it was an original item. So if, let's say the leg has a limit of 1 material, you still go with that. And since I'm using 5 different slots, I just have 5 different materials. And yep. So you have those joined, and then make sure it weighs properly. So you'd press create avatar item, make sure it's shirt, and then you just make the other LODs and make sure it matches the combined try count for LOD 1 and 2. So in my case it would be, so LOD, let's just say the limit for LOD 1 would be, say it was 6000 in total. So I just optimize it, dissolve all the edges however you want to do it. And then let's say it was optimized, you do LD2, and then you optimize that for LD2, combined slots. And then once that's done, you have 3 LEDs. You do the same for beam body. So you just, you do the same for beam body, and then once you're done that, you'd export it. Once you're done exporting, you go to Unity, you have all your textures and your FBX. You don't want to have both full body and beam body, but I only have full body for now. And what you would do is you create a material just for the shirt slot initially, so you can name it whatever you want. So item name underscore shirt. Then what you would do is make sure you have set to avatar, specular, or metallic. And once you're done with that, what you would do is just drag and drop the shirt material, the shirt maps. For that it would be these 4. So I'll just select this, just drag and drop the base, spec, and the rest. And then once I'm done with that, what you would do is create avatar item. You'd select your beam body and your full body and the shirt material, and just call it. And we're only using the shirt material initially because the main slot is shirt for this. So once we got that, we're just going to locate the prefab, double click the prefab, and then go into the LEDs. And what you would do is, since this as a whole uses 5 materials, I'm just going to add 5. So So now that we have 5 materials, what we would do is make the materials for the rest of the slots, so belt, hat, leg, and whatever else you have. And you just drag and drop those. And once that's done, you just want to make sure it matches with the material order in Blender. So shoulder, shirt, belt, shoulder, shirt, belt, hat, leg. So now that it matches, you want to make sure the model actually matches, which everything here matches. So as long as you have the same order in Blender, it should work. And then what you do next is, since everything works, you just go back to average item details. You can see that everything looks good. And what you would do is set the culling groups. So for me, for example, I would just do torso or everything for the arms, or long sleeves. Just do whatever you feel is right. So if your leg covers the whole thing, like mine does, you can color all of them for the legs. So I'll just do all. And secondary item type, what you would need to do is do everything other than your main slot. So my main slot is shirt. The rest of the slots are shoulder, belt, hat, leg. So you would do shoulder, belt, leg, and hat. So in total, 4 slots, 4 secondary slots, and 1 main slot, which is 5 in total. And all you would do is save. Oh yeah, you'd also make sure that since mine is covering the shoe, I'm also going to just check mark the shoe slot. Then I should have all fixable errors, and I should be all good to go. And that's it. You press start build, and should be all good. You do the same with the beam body. You locate the prefab, you'd select all the 3 LODs, you'd add 5 materials, or however materials the beam body version has, and then put in the same order. That's it.